Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. I was gonna maybe try to get in a full vlog in one day to post on Wednesday, but I don't think that's gonna happen now. I got the urge to live stream, so I streamed order packaging, and that ran longer than I thought it would because a lot of new orders were coming in as I was streaming, and so I went from having like 11 orders to do to like 30 or something, and so I don't think I can get a full vlog in today. But that's okay, we'll just save this footage for Saturday, and the vlog kind of was like an extra, or the stream was like an extra video, you know. But yeah, I streamed to YouTube because I think I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break from the game streams, and if I'm gonna still stream other stuff, then it might as well go on YouTube instead of on Twitch. So for now, I'm streaming to YouTube exclusively. And I can go back to the Twitch streams if I want to, but as of right now, I am not, and I'm just like a wait and see thing. We'll see how I feel in the future. Got some peas and taters here. Oh yeah. And sausage, but I'm waiting for the sausage because the potatoes are gonna take a bit. At least it's boiling now, woohoo. So all of this was just delivered today. I thought I already got my crinkle paper, but I must have ordered 2 of each color instead of 1 because I got 2 boxes a couple weeks ago, but now we have more, woohoo! And then in these smaller boxes are these. I ordered this stuff over a month ago, but I've been using my big mailers and cutting them in half because I haven't had any small ones because they took a while to get here, but now I have them. And now I'm probably due to order more of the big ones because I've been burning through those. Why do I need to make some kind of sound every time I show food? I'm like, yummy, just, there it is. Mail time. Whoa, feast your eyes on this. So, hear me out. Using this, it sticks to the edge of the sink, and it's for holding wands like that one, the bottle brush, and the scrubby, because they're always sitting in the bottom of the sink all gross. And yes, that's a bottle brush, not a toilet brush. Well, that didn't work. I thought this was the little storage thing. Fridge filters. Isn't this the most exciting haul ever? Mailman came to pick up the packages and gave me back a bunch of bags. Whoop. And now I'm gonna show you what I worked on the weekend. So the crop on this is not quite right, but Ducky planner pad, 8.5 by 11. Instead of the usual square 7.5. I just found myself wanting a bit more horizontal space at times, and so I did that, and I put the check boxes on it too. Before, the checkbox version was a digital download version, but I'm just gonna print them all with the check boxes. The reason I didn't want them is because, you know, sometimes I use 2 lines for one task, but if it's wider, I'm probably more likely to just do 1 task per line. But I meticulously placed all the duckies around the edge and stuff, so that's what the border looks like. I finished off the template too. I printed out a test for the template because I was working on it previously, but I pretty much restarted from scratch because trying to get this border seamless to look good in all corners is so hard. So, took a lot of work, and then like drawing new lines for this because I don't want to just take the existing lines and scale them because it stretches out the tips and feathers the tip. Yeah, and then trying to figure out spacing for the words. What I ended up doing is the gap between the day of the week and the box is the same every time, and then this itself together is centered. Well, originally it was centered over the lines, and then I added the check boxes, and it felt skewed to the side because of the check boxes, so I nudged them over a bit but not too far, so it's roughly centered if you cover the check boxes. So that was my compromise. So like with the check boxes, it kind of looks centered, looks good that way. So then this is like the ducky one. I made some tweaks since printing this off. I put this ducky a bit lower so it's obvious he's sitting down / swimming because right now it's just like, where are his legs? So I moved him down a bit and tweaked the positioning of some of the other stuff in the background, but yeah, loving the color scheme of that. I'm gonna have to get bigger boxes though to fit these, but it kind of opens up more product options, because right now I'm trying to keep everything 7.5 by 7.5 or smaller. And in addition to the planner pad, I made a notepad template and filled it with ducky stuff for a notepad design. So that's what that looks like. I'll quickly show the sticker sheet, which I've already shown previously. And then I did a washi tape, which looks like this. So I did not do the scenery like I sketched in my sketchbook. I went with this, which is actually very similar to my original idea I had in my head for the washi tape. And I did an enamel pin, which looks like this. The eyes are a little creepy, but it's so hard to do something that works for an enamel pin. Like, the black areas are all going to be metal, so that'll help the look in the end. But, you know, areas can only be so small, and if you have two lines really close to each other and there's just like a thin channel of enamel, that's going to be a problem to fill. And you're going to be more prone to having defects and stuff. So I spent so long playing with the eyes, and this is the least creepy thing I could come up with. And I still don't know if I'm going to bring back the original Ducky Pin. I wasn't going to, then I was going to. Now I might not, because if I couldn't come up with a new pin design, I was going to bring back the old one, but I did come up with a new one, so I don't know. And this is my little printout to test the scaling. I think 2 inch is going to be best. That's actually pretty big, because it's kind of like 2 enamel pins, but combined into one with the water, because I considered doing separate pins of the duckies with their legs, and then possibly make it 4 pins, have the speech bubble, I'm a little ducky, and then the speech bubble swimming in the water, and be like a set of 4, but I think it's going to be a bit much. It's going to be too expensive for people, so we're doing 1 ducky pin, them combined, swimming in the water. I have to do some art cleanup, which I might do next, because I have to clean up my scan of the ducky illustration that I did, and the oil painting, the opalescence oil painting, I might try to scan that. Photographing paintings is really annoying. Like, I just feel like I can't get big enough photographs of my artwork, even if I'm using like the best settings on the camera. I just think maybe this camera's not good enough for super high res photos of paintings. So I'm just scanning and then stitching the scans together. So I'm gonna have to do that. Ugh. The stitching's not that bad, usually, because Photoshop can do it on its own, as long as your scans are good and clean. Wait, how long have we been on manual focus? Oh no, I popped the hinges off of here. So I have more freedom with scanning my canvases, because here's the thing about paint. Like the scanner, like, help! I just painted my nails, I'm not used to them being this thick. The scanner bar moves across in a single direction, and so the light shines at your artwork from a certain angle, and paint is textured, it has grooves. And so on the scan, you'll see some of that texture. So if you scan like a piece of the artwork this way, and then you go to scan the other half and you scan it this way, that's opposite directions for the texture, and you'll notice that, and it's annoying as heck when you're trying to stitch it together. So you need to scan all pieces in the same orientation like this. If you're gonna scan like the corners, it's gotta be like this without rotating the painting. Oh my god, that's cute. I kind of forgot how cute it was. Hello. Oh, hello, little duckies. You, I need to scan you. Okay. I haven't signed it yet, but whatever. When I do prints, I erase the signature anyway so that I can physically sign it. So you have an actual signed print instead of a printed signature. Wow. Look at that texture. Whoa! It's globby. Chunky. So hopefully this scans well, because I do not want to have to take a photo. I've considered getting a large format scanner. I would probably still have to scan this in 2 pieces, but oh, they're expensive. And I'd have to stitch it together anyway. And where would I put it? Maybe on my storage shelves somewhere. My little scanner cleaner. Boo, get the dust. Boo. Also, subscribe. I love having the scanner right on the table here. It's still gonna be a bit cumbersome with the big painting, but Compared to where it was at the old place, it's just so much more convenient, and that's one thing I really wanted, because I always hate scanning, but it's because my scanner is always like under a desk or something. It needs to be somewhere accessible, so it's not as much of a pain in the booty. Okay, oh god, I'm gonna need to use a lint roller on this first. Maybe just use this on my leg first, so it's not too tacky. Hearing the whistle. My throat has like a whistle these days, and I don't know what's up with that. It's not always there, but I'm like wheezing all the time. It's that gas stove, I tell you. I need something to hold this. Okay, we don't want to get right to the edge because the scanner doesn't scan all the way to the edge. So I'm a little away from the edge. Okay, we got all the scanning techniques here. Plushie underneath, book on top. I'm going to be scanning at 600 DPI, so this is going to take a while. I don't think I can quite cut it doing 4 pieces. I'm probably going to have to do some in-betweens as well, because you do get a little bit of a shadow where the beveled edge of the scanner is. And so, like, we can't use the full scan. I'm going to have to cut off a little bit of it. So yeah, this will be my life for the next bit. I'm just going to put on some YouTube. So in Photoshop, I'm going File, Automate, Photo Merge. I have 9 pictures to merge. I don't know how well this is gonna work. Can my computer handle this? Well, here's hoping. I wonder if this would look good as a holo print, because like it would fit the theme. Although it is a lot of pale colors, pale prints, the holo doesn't show up as much. But I feel like it would show up more than like the Cauldron Cuties, for example. Because if there's any area that's pure white, there will be no holo film at all. And the darker areas, it's the most visible. So I'm going to give it a bit of a glisten. And then for the Ducky one, I was thinking a textured print like those ones I get from Art Ink Print that have almost like a watercolor paper texture. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yo, it's merged! Look at that. One step I did not show is that I opened each individual piece and I cropped the edges that were overlapping with the edge of the scanner, because like I said, the bevel can cast a shadow, so I just cropped off the edges. But I didn't crop off the dark edges where the edge of the scanner is visible. So I do still need to overall crop it, but look, and do some color correction and whatnot. Look for any pieces of dust or hair, you know, zoom in, clean those up. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here, fix this up and fix up Mr. Ducky, and then I'll also have to prepare files for the printers because the dimensions of this is not the same dimensions as a print. So I have to decide, is some of this going to get cropped or does the print get shrunk down and there's like a white border? These are the things I got to think about. Also, it's a little interesting looking at the layers here to see which sections of which piece got used in the final artwork. And if you wanted to tweak things, you can edit those masks. So there's a lot of flexibility with the photo merge. Holy smokes, look at that texture. You can see fingerprints. And you can see every tiny hair when you scan at a high resolution. It's like, hello, hi there. My favorite tools to use are Clone Stamp and Autofill. You make your selection. Here's a hair, for example. And I go fill, content aware. Boom, it's gone. It lost a bit of its texture, but honestly, you're not gonna see all this texture in a print. Like, we're only seeing this because we're so zoomed in. I clearly put my finger there. But yeah, that's what I do. I might get this. This is very visible on the actual painting, but I might get rid of some of these more noticeable ones just because it bothers me here, and I'll keep looking for hairs and crummies and big globs of paint. I'll probably be extra strict around the face, but as we get to the outside, I'm not going to be as picky. Okay, Ducky art is all cleaned up, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with it, because if I do an 8x10 print, we have a nice even border, because I drew this at 8x10. Whereas if I do a 5x7 print, look at the extra white at the top and bottom. That's the problem with 5x7 is it's very tall. And because I'm doing an 8x10 planner pad, I could do 8x10 prints. Although I'm sure some people collect the 5x7. So maybe I could get some of both size. But also it's like, why not leave the 8x10 prints to in print? I haven't set that up yet though. Yeah, maybe a few of each. Maybe. So opalescent doesn't really work well with either size, but I can just scale it up and let some of the sides be cut off because we have that extra wiggle room, and then get it printed with a uniform white border. And I think that might be our best bet. And honestly, kind of looks better that way. Like there's dead space on the side anyway. Yeah, I might do it that way for that one. And then Ducky, I think though, will get its borders like that. And the 8x10 like that. Okay, well, I'm done with that. I also just made the Freebie Sticker, which looks like this. 2 duckies together. And I think I will order both prints in both sizes. And I think, because with the ducky stuff, I'm going to do a bundle. I think I'll make it so that you can select, it'll be like a little selection thing. You can pick which print size you want. So there'll be 2 different sizes, or there'll be 2 different prices for the bundle then, because the bigger print's obviously going to cost a bit more. So yeah, that way you can choose with the bundle. You want the 5x7 print or the 8x10. Yo, there's a leaf in the remnants of my espresso. So yes, as you just saw, we went on a nice morning walk today. It's actually Wednesday now. I didn't film anything yesterday. I just wanted to chill with Christian for a good chunk of the day because it's Valentine's Day. But also I ordered all the stuff for my next shop update. It took me over 3 hours to get everything ordered, but it's because, well, one, I was opening every file before placing an order just to double check it was right. And for some of these things, I need to reach out for a quote and hear back. And so there's some back and forth. Notepads are up in the air. I'm waiting to hear back for a quote. So that's not officially ordered, but everything else is. Although I realized this morning I did not order a backing card for the enamel pin. I haven't even designed one. So I'll probably quickly whip something up. It is a big pin. It'll cover most of the card, so I'm not going to do anything too fancy. I got back the proof for the pin this morning. I did have to make one change because they used my old back stamp design. So I just asked them to swap that out. But other than that, that's moving forward. Oh yeah, I also had issues ordering from Art Ink Print because their website was kind of busted and the add to cart button wasn't working, and I thought maybe it was a problem on my end, so I was like filling out all the info multiple times, and then I went and tried it on a different browser, then I was trying it on a mobile, and it was all over the place. And finally I emailed them. I was like, I just want to make this order, and it turns out they were making changes to their website that day, and so they fixed it and I got to place the order, so that's good. But these are all the places I ordered from. I placed a lot of orders. Manufacturer reveal, well. So yeah, the washies are from Vogue Grace. The sticker sheets coming from Sticker Canada. Cat Print is doing the opalescent print because that one's going to be hollow, and there's 2 sizes. And then Art Ink Print is doing the Ducky prints because I want that textured paper. And that's also 2 sizes. They will be mailing me a physical proof because that's just the way they like to do things. So once I get that, I can approve or make changes. Sticker beaver, I'm doing a Ducky Freebie Sticker. And then the last one's just my contact for the enamel pins. It's not a website I order from. I just have like a guy I email. I got a guy. He works for a company technically, but it's like, it's so weird. I just email him being like, hey, I want these pins. So for the sticker sheet and die cut stickers, there were proofs I had to approve as well. And those were sent to me yesterday. So those are already both approved. So yeah, that was yesterday. Today I gotta do that backing card to get that ordered. That will be coming from Vistaprint. So, these Amazon things are all kitchen things because I was cleaning in here the one day and I was like, I just need to buy some of this stuff, like the brush holders. Here's the brush holders. Yep, they do show, because like I didn't want a caddy up here because then you'd see it when you're around in the room, you know? And these do poke up a little bit. I could get a holder that holds them sideways, but I kind of like this. It's been nice. These though, these are to go around the faucet. So I currently have this here to catch water because when you're using this, your wet hands drip water. And so I just have a little thing in there, but I mean, I really need to wipe this down first. Hold on. I got a cloth one because I just thought it'd be easy to clean, just throw it in the wash. Not like those ridged silicone ones. Plus a lot of silicone ones have raised edges at the back, so it's angled so water goes in, but you know, we don't have a sink against the wall. I don't want this like raised lip here, so I thought these cloth ones might be nice. Kinda cute. Sure, yeah. And now this must be the little under sink drawer organizer thing. Assemble! Wow. Oh. It has suction cup feet and it's sticking to the counter. Ah. But look at that. You can put like sponges or something up here. This slides out. Wow. So that's to organize down here, because that's our under the sink situation currently. Wow, so much better. So, God, that sun. Help me! The rapture! So first of all, I put it on this side because the pipes were in the way on the other side. But this wire rack fits perfectly in front of the pipes. So yay! And thankfully also this drawer opens both ways, so you can have it set up whatever way you want. This thing is not pushed in all the way here, because when it was, I couldn't stack high stuff underneath it, so I just kind of lifted it up and it just sort of stayed there. Maybe the weight of this is preventing this whole thing from sliding down. I could always stuff something in this hole so that this pole can't go down, but it's staying up for now. So I can pull this out. I got my most used stuff in the front right now. And then I've got like spare sponges and scrubbies up here. So yay for organization. Out with the old, in with the new. Why did it do that?
What's up?
I'm trying to change the fridge filter and it made a scary noise. Who?
You good?
No.
Put in, twist.
I did it.
Wait a minute.
It did the sound again, but I just kept going and it's it. It's just like that. Okay. Okay, I got a reply about the notepad quote. Company number 2, even more expensive than the first. So I think I'm gonna go with the first company I reached out to, even though they want the notepad to be slightly smaller than 8.5 by 11. I think I'm okay with that to get the cheaper price. So I had to redo my file just now. Not from scratch. I basically just scaled down the 8.5 by 11 and then redid like the bleed and crop and stuff. And so I told them I want to proceed, so we'll see what we do. Because it's custom, I can't just order it off their website. And so when I went with Sticky Notes Plus in the past, I would send an e-transfer. So we'll see what these people want me to do. Okay, I think this is going to be the backing card. Well, minus the duckies. That's what it'll look like printed. and it'll look roughly like that when the pin is on it. Okay, I just signed some accounting documents and paid some Canada Post invoices. And now what? I mean, I'm hungry. I need to get some lunch. But then what? Okay, I know what I need to do. On Monday, I was going to restock my whole packing area, but then I got more orders than I thought I was going to have, and so I spent the whole stream packing, but I have yet to refill everything. And tomorrow is a packing day, so I should get this stuff in order. I need to refill these. Just basically go through boxes of bags, and if it's really flat, put it in the flat bin so it can be used as letter mail, and if it's a little thicker, put it in here. I could refill the crank. Freebie stickers running low there. I could grab more of these, those, refill any bins, replenish pads, those pillow covers and that kind of stuff. This dainty flower one needs to be swapped over. I need to move stuff from here to here. So there's stuff to do. I know it seems kind of like a waste of time transferring it from one bucket to a very similarly sized bucket. Like I could have just put it in this one in the first place, but I think I was out of these because I'd used them for a whole bunch of other washi, and I just had so many buckets of washi that I had no spare buckets. And now I have a ton of spare ones, but that's why it's in here. I'll just toss a few of these in here. That one's already pretty full. Usually I'll just wait for it to be empty and then I'll swap it for another bin. But the other bin of Thick or Treat is overflowing. I think the Sassy Santas are just in a bag, so I could probably dump some in here. Oh, I actually do have one more container like this with neatly stacked Sassy Santas, but whatever, we're committing to this, I guess. I forgot just how many of these I had because the manufacturer's like, oh, we accidentally made twice as much as we were supposed to. And I did get a discount on the excess, but like, it's still so much to spend on Sassy Santa washi. They'll be in stock for a long time. My hips are hurting from that walk. My hips are always just like a problem. I'm gonna be one of those people who needs a hip replacement because they're sore a lot. Oh, two little critters just showed up. Hello. I'm always finding lost scissors and lost knives in this area because it's like my restock area. So I'm always over here cutting open boxes and things. And then I find stuff like this. Okay, doing this one-handed is a bad idea. Okay, my bin of flat bags is quite full already, so I'm going to be extra picky with which ones qualify as flat. Some of them are just folded better in general. Like certain designs. Like the dainty flower ones tend to be pretty good. Oh my god, my hands and wrists hurt. This is like, this squeezing motion is obviously not good for your hands, but like this really hurts. What did I do? Okay, I think everything's sufficiently restocked. I started getting really thorough with that and was restocking stuff that didn't really need to be restocked yet, but I just wanted the bins full, and it's really satisfying when the bins that I have over there start emptying out and I can like put away an empty bin. Oh, it feels so good. So I filled up everything and I moved the winter bun ornaments up on here because they were on the table, and so were the Daisy's sketchbooks. They're here. Yeah, so it's looking nice and full, and I have more counter space now. Refilled the sticker areas too. Some washies I was very meticulous about laying them out nicely. I guess it just depends how they were stored. Like these ones were in bags, so I just dumped them so they're not nicely stacked, but whatever. But yeah, all filled up. And here are these towers. They feel a little tall. I liked my little 2x2 grid, but then I doubled up on the bins and I'm like, oh. But it just makes sense to keep it like this. Unless I need to film from this angle, then I can always reorganize them. But looking good.